Welcome to the Wellness Surge podcast with Dr. Adiola Oke. Each week, we discuss our wellness journey with real people like you and me. We have conversations about food, fitness, mental health, financial wellness, and much more, so you can get back to the real you. To make sure that you're up to date with this and other wellness topics, visit wellnesssurge.com. Information presented here is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose or treat any disease. Please do not apply any of the information presented here without first speaking with your primary care provider. Now, let's head on to the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wellness Surge podcast. My name is Dr. Adiola Oke, and today we're going to be talking about how to thrive with a child with disabilities. And I have the awesome Mrs. Tola Makinde with me here today. Please say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here.
Alrighty, so she is down in Nigeria right now, where there's a lot of civil unrest. But despite that fact, she still honored this invitation. So it's a big, big, big thank you to her. We appreciate her. Alrighty, so Mrs. Tola Makinde is the founder and executive director and proprietress of the Moyinoluwa Rainbow Learning Center. She has led Moyinoluwa Rainbow Down Syndrome Foundation, her brainchild in fulfilling its mission of making each day better than the last for persons living with Down syndromes and their families. She is known for her ruggedness in advocating with persons living with Down syndrome while creating awareness on early intervention, healthcare, and education in grassroots communities, national and global platforms. She continues to work tirelessly to end the genocide, discrimination, and mistreatment of people with Down syndrome in Nigeria. Tola holds a B.Sc in Management Studies, an advanced Diploma in Early Childhood Education. She is a trained member of several Down syndrome associations, a Dr. Nadia, Falcao, and Funmi Babington Ashaye mentee, an ambassador for Save Downstream Inc., Kentukcy, United States. She has received various national and international awards and certificates of achievement, won the prestigious Eloy Award, listed amongst the 100 leading ladies in Africa 2020. Good job. And the CEO 2020 award. Welcome, 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 Mrs. Tola Makinde.
I'm excited to be here today. Thank you, Dr. Adiola.
Okay, I appreciate you. All righty. So we kind of have a little glimpse into your life, right? But we want to say, first and foremost, we know you're very passionate about Down syndrome. So do you have a child that has a disability, Down syndrome?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me here today, Dr. Adiola. Okay. And yes. I have a beautiful daughter with Down syndrome whose diagnosis came 9 years ago. And that was 2011. It felt like my whole world had crashed, like the world stopped and everything I can tell you for real, literally just kind of stopped for me. I kind of had to sacrifice my 11 years banking career, which came to a halt as well. I resigned from my job, and then because I'd been exposed to a child with Down syndrome in North Carolina, in Charlotte, in the US, and I'd seen this child year in, year out, and then having a child 7 years after, that connection kind of made me feel, oh, there's a lot of work to be done. And then I resigned from my banking career, and I knew I was ready to face it. So yeah, she's 9 years old. Her name is Moyinoluwa. We call her Mo Benis, or Mo for short.
Okay, so I can see that's what led you to lead the Moyinoluwa Rainbow Foundation, hence Moyinoluwa Rainbow Foundation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Alrighty. So you know what? It's so refreshing to see a fellow Nigerian appreciate and strive for people with disabilities, because it's not very common. And so I say big thank you to you because, like I told her, I've been looking for somebody like her for a while, because I like to see people like that thrive despite challenges. So I'd like you to please talk to us about how a parent, how you were able to get past that hurdle, or not rather get past it, but accept it and thrive.
Oh well, I can't say that it's been easy, or it was easy way back in 2011. Awareness wasn't as much as it is now. A lot of people, just thought then that they could, even the pregnant mothers thought they could contact their kid, their unborn child could contact Down syndrome, just moving close to my own daughter. And it
Oh my
wasn't, it
gosh.
was,
No, no, hold on. Say that again. People thought their children could get Down syndrome just by going
could get,
close to your daughter.
yes,
Oh my gosh.
yes, yes. And so you see people, you see them kind of maybe days in the hospital, for instance. They change seats. If we need to sit beside them, they move away. Even at the airports, then you see people move away from us. It was a very trying time for us. Even when she was born, people said a lot of things like, oh, it's not normal for me to have a child like this, that I must have disobeyed God at some point. I needed to ask for forgiveness. You know, it's funny now, but then it wasn't easy because it's still fresh. And imagine you have a baby that's just been diagnosed 5 days after birth with Down syndrome, and then the doctors are telling you something like the baby has a hole in a heart, has a heart disease, and has probably vision issues, and you have to deal with all of that. And you have to deal with people trying to look at your baby, having a second look at your baby, which would be, you're actually able to read from their faces that, oh, there's a problem, and maybe they kind of try to move away from you. And it was also confusing. I was still in shock. My family and I were in denial for a short time, because I had been exposed to a child with Down syndrome several years before I had my daughter. So I think we had our moments. I had my moments. Like there were days I wouldn't even remember what time it was. I wouldn't even come out of the room. There were days I would cry. There were days I would pray and fast to wish the features away, because any child born with Down syndrome must have at least 5 of the 50 features, you see. And then there were days I wished it away, that I came down with a blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital 2 weeks after delivery. And then I just thought everything was over with. I mean, I just thought I wouldn't be able to cope with it. But guess what? I didn't have to stay in that position for a long time, because I had to look back to draw strength from. I told you about my friend I'd met. I mean, my friend in the US then, I think God just made it possible for me to have met him before having my daughter. I don't think I would have been able to, like, come out of that denial stage quite on time. Like, quite frankly, honestly, because I know that it's not as easy as I'm saying it, because you have so much to deal with. You have the stigma, the community, even friends, extended family, stories like, so when I begin to hear stories like people say that, or the woman is a witch for having a child like that, and sometimes is being kicked out of a marriage. I mean, it's so heart wrenching. So for me, I had to find a balance between all of this craziness going on. I had to find time to, like, enjoy, just look into my child's eye and just tell her she's gonna be okay, whisper into her ears and say she's gonna be fine. My younger sister is a doctor in the US, and she kept telling me, "Don't worry, it's gonna be fine." I'm like, okay, I just want to go into those words. You're gonna be fine. So every day I carry my baby, I cry, and I tell myself it's okay to cry. I'm still trying to complete my book, titled "It's Okay to Cry," because I realized that nobody would ever understand what you're going through. So I mean, it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's like that. I mean, so what I did then was to find time to bond with my child, find time to also have a laugh, you know, it was a crazy moment. I can't even lie. So thriving has not been easy, because for the most part, you're coming out of a situation and going into another one. And there's so many health challenges, persons with Down syndrome are susceptible to. And when we had to raise funds to go to India for heart surgery was the hardest time. I can say for a fact it was the hardest time, because then imagine me, a banker. I had been thinking of my gratuity, the millions that, all my years of working, and all of a sudden you have this diagnosis, you have a baby. I'd been waiting for a baby girl, because I had boys before her. And then all of a sudden someone is telling you you need to look for 5 million naira for heart surgery. And I'm like, okay, let's see how much I got. And you check in your bank account, and all the money just develop wings and they're gone. And you have to spend money. So it was like a movie, right? When I began to sell all of my gold, I had some gold jewelries that I used to just buy then when I was working, and I started selling them one by one. And the funds I was getting wasn't even amounting to anything. And I needed to take my daughter for heart surgery, because when she was diagnosed at 6 months, and at 8 months we needed to do the surgery so she wouldn't develop what you called pulmonary hypertension. And then it was a struggle, my sister. It was a struggle. I almost began to sell my pots, my pans, my pencils. I just couldn't, I knew I couldn't sell my clothing, but I didn't even let my husband know about this, and still yet, we couldn't even gather the funds. And I'm like, but I've been a banker. What happened? It wasn't really easy then, but thankfully we got a few friends and family, rallied around us, and we were able to, make up the money, went to India, came back. She's got a device in her heart, and that was since she was 8 months. Then imagine people, doctors telling you, oh, the device is shifted, you need to go another medical, this, that, Then she needed to do a surgery last year. She had a large adenoid. She had sleep behavioral disorder. There's just from one thing to another. And honestly, it's not been easy. But guess what? Persons with Down syndrome themselves, they want to be successful. They have a way to try. I don't even know, because I've met so many mothers, and I've seen their children, despite the challenges, the health challenges, they just want to leave. They don't want to die. You get it? And I know the health system in Nigeria is so poor, and that's why we've had cases of cardiac arrest, heart failures for some of the children that I have been in their lives and have witnessed them, have this health challenges, and ended up dying. It's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So we find time to bond, we find time to discover what exactly it is my daughter, enjoys doing, and whatever it is that is her interest. And we've been able to leverage on all of our strength, and we're just happy.
Okay. All
And
right.
we're
So
thriving.
let me kind of summarize what I think I'm getting, because it seems like, so how you're able to thrive is just accepting, first of all, accepting, and then
Mhm.
just living and enjoying your baby. Because I used to work in Johns Hopkins Hospital in the neonatal ICU, and I saw a lot of babies with like disabilities, Down syndrome. Those babies were like the cutest babies. Gosh, they were cute. But you, like, you're right. They always have this, I want to survive. Even at that really tiny stage, like when they were just born, they always have this grit, like, I want to survive. So I've dealt, not, I won't say personally, but I've seen them, and I've seen the parents. And what I see, the ones that do well, that did well, where the parents, I just accepted it, accepted, and what can we do despite this? And so that's exactly what I'm getting from you right now, that, okay, this is happening. We cannot change it, but we're just going to do what she enjoys, make her do the best she can, and just help her succeed, right? Is that what I'm getting from this conversation?
Absolutely, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All
Yeah.
righty. All righty. Okay. So you decide, you accepted it, you found out what she enjoyed, and then you decided to start a more Rainbow Foundation. That is, man, that is,
Yeah.
That is just amazing. So what exactly do you guys do at this More Rainbow Foundation?
Yeah, let me just quickly talk about how I got the vision, right?
Okay.
Yeah, then I mean, that would, I mean, just to give you a background. So when my daughter was 3 years old, kind of tried to paint a picture of, okay, this is what I would love her to become. Okay, I'm gonna help her through life, like that, like that, like that. And then I I just thought, okay, we'll be fine. When I have the money, I take her to the US, give her all the cash she needs and everything. Then when you want, something like when you like a red car, you want a red car, then every day you go out, you begin to see a red car. Every day I
Yes.
went, every day I went out, every day I was out there, I began to see children with Down syndrome. I began to see teenagers with Down syndrome. Like, where have these people been all this while? Then just one day I knew that I needed to, like, um be out there, but I was struggling with it. I just said, no, 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 I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to just help my daughter. Then one day I met a boy. I knew this boy needed help, that was helpless. Then I walked up to them, and, the mother was kind of ashamed of the condition. Then I introduced my daughter to her, and that kind of gave her this kind of hope, like, oh, so my daughter is not alone. Meanwhile, I was also rejoicing that, oh, my daughter is not alone. And I got home that day and I broke down, and I just knew that my voice was needed there. I was hearing voices that said you needed to be out there. And what I wanted to do was just advocate for persons born with Down syndrome. And yeah, because I know for the most part, many mothers, many families feel that nothing good can come out of those kids and they'll be left home at home, maybe not intentionally, but, because I mean, we'll attend to your needs later, and let me just attend to your sister or your brother without Down syndrome first, thinking that, I mean, like they don't matter. But I mean, it's not like some people intentionally want to, neglect their kids, but it's just the situation, the system, and everything. So I started the advocacy work. I just gathered a few of my friends and I told them about my dream and my vision, and a few of them said it was okay. So we started the advocacy work. But before then, I at this nudge, I just knew that I needed to be out there. I couldn't even run away again. And I met 3 families I was visiting every Thursday, the whole of 2014. And then I told myself, I wouldn't be able to visit 50 children if they just show up now. Like, then I rented a small place. All this while, my husband was thinking I was going crazy. Like, you what? He was like, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what you're doing. Just, I just told him I'm doing this for its sake. That every time I try to wish this thing away or try not to think about this thing, it keeps coming like a picture. I keep seeing the big picture and I don't even have rest. And I needed to do this. And then we set up a small place, and parents, parents were kind of beginning to find that place. Very small, one room, apartment, one room, just one room. And people began to, relate to what we were doing there. And guess what? I needed to, let people see what I've been trying to talk about. I needed to bring out my daughter's photo on social media. And I knew that may not be acceptable for my family, my husband. I didn't even ask for permission because I didn't want anybody to stop me again. Then people started to call in from 2014, 2015. Then today, we're doing such a great job. Like, we're known in different parts of Nigeria. We've reached out to families from in the north, the south, east, and western part of Nigeria. It really, really makes me happy. I'm really, really happy that I answered this call. And then of course, we've connected to people in the US, other parts of the world as well. And so that was how we set up More Rainbow. And then I noticed there was a gap also in the education. And then a lot of children were rejected in schools. A lot of times when the mother drops the child at school, they'll be like, oh, smile and say, oh, it's okay, I'm gonna take care of the child. But guess what? Once the mother turns her back, they don't know what to do. I don't blame them. They really don't know what to do. They leave the child behind the class. They leave the child out of class. They exclude the child from activities because they just can't handle it. And that's where special education comes in. And then I just knew that we needed to fill that gap real quickly because a lot of kids are out of school. And having a child with Down syndrome disability out of school is like a double whammy. So, and that was how we stepped in to fill in that gap. And that, that's why we have more Rainbow today.
Okay, so Mill Rainbow also has a school for kids with special needs, right? So that's what I'm getting. Okay, very,
Yes.
very good, very good. I'm just so wowed by your story. I'm just like, wow. I'm thankful to know that there are people like you in Nigeria where we don't have a lot of things like this. I have a cousin that also had not Down syndrome, but something else. But it's different. I'm sorry, sorry. Okay, yes. Well, I'll be fine. Anyway, so I'm just really happy to see that you stepped up and you did not let go of that calling because it's so important and it's so much needed. People around the world, I'm sure they're so thankful to you, and I'm personally thankful that you took this call. So we've said a lot today. I'm crying, sorry. Say that again. I can't hear you.
I'm stepping out right now, really.
Oh, you're stepping out? I'm sorry.
I said I'm so emotional right
Oh,
now.
you're so emotional. Got it. Yes. Yes. I didn't know where that came from, but yes, yes. But I'm thankful. So, what is one thing you want to make sure that people take away from today from this discussion? Like, it's so emotional. It's so needed. It's so important. What is one thing you want to make sure that people take away from this discussion today?
So, sometimes it's hard to know what to say when people are going through a hard time like this. It's so hard to know what to say to them. Since words have such power that can either tear you down, build you up. But honestly, I just want to tell them, never give up. Keep pushing. You never know what the child can become. Like honestly, my daughter so much inspired me, and sorry about that. So my daughter is doing so much I never expected. She's just changed my life. And I've been able to change many more children's lives. I'm so happy. I just don't want them to give up.
So you heard it. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's hope. There's hope. Even who knows what they're going to be tomorrow, like because of people like you. So thank you. So how can people get in touch with you, and most importantly support? How can people get in touch with you and most importantly support this awesome work you're doing?
Okay, yeah, we have a website. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. The website is modownsyndrome.org. Facebook is Mo Down Syndrome Foundation. Then on Instagram is Mo Rainbow _Down syndrome. You see, what I want to say is that people need to align with this vision. I really want people to think deeply. If it's something they think they want to change, turn around. I mean, why am I saying this? Because all my life, I've never been this inspired. And think about it that you've never think about you as a person without any disability. Think about how you really yearned for an opportunity and nobody listened to you. Nobody gave you a chance. Maybe when you were in primary school or you were in your tertiary education or just think about the moments in your life, nobody gave you a chance. And think about how you feel. And you know within your heart that you have this dream, you know within yourself that you can do this, and nobody ever gave you a chance. Just think about it. Think about how bad you feel. And that is why every day I can never stop being inspired, because I work with them, teenagers, babies, children. You see so much that they really, really want to thrive. They want to live. They want to succeed. I've seen how far they can go, and that's what keeps me dreaming. That's what keeps the fire burning in me. My daughter sings. She plays the piano. She loves to dance ballet, and just because I didn't give up, and I made sure that the environment was enabling, and I gave her the opportunity to express herself. So all what I'm trying to say is people should kind of like support us in any way they feel, maybe they can, because all what these individuals need is not to put them at the back burner. They just want to be at the front burner. They want to they really yearn for success. They want to do they can, but for the most part, I can't even do some of the things they can do. I can't play the piano. I can't dance ballet for the life of me. We have some of them that are very artistic. We have some of them all already, very into this vocational skill acquisition, and they're doing so well. But people would not be able to see this because they probably need a third eye. They need to empathize. And sometimes people are just out there, thinking about themselves. And no, the world is diversified, kind of like. There's the neurodiversity as well, so the world is a better place because of our different cultures, of our different beliefs, of different interests. And so if everybody in the world is tall, it'll be scary. If everybody in the world was short, it will look scary. So, we must embrace diversity. That's what I'm trying to say. So people should find a way to just connect to this vision. I don't know what to say to people because I'm of the opinion that some people don't like you to tell them how they want their money to be spent. Is their money? Because I know the big brother Nigeria, a lot of money goes into and I wonder, because I am looking for a home. I need to build, I don't need to literally build at the moment, the project I even told Tope about this project. The project we need to actually, ongoing project, and that's to tell you that these persons we are supporting need a place where they can go to learn their vocations, to learn skills, to acquire skills, So we're building a vocational center for them, and we need people to buy into this. We need people to invest in this project. It's going to make the world a better place for everybody. They're going to be included. They're going to feel accepted. They're going to feel that they belong. They're going to add value to the world themselves, because we know that they are multi-talented. So, they are human beings that like us, and they want to add value. So we need to give them the opportunities. So people out there, if they really want to connect with us, it's fine. They can reach out to me. My email address is tmmm+lece@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you on here today. Thank you so much. All right, guys, you all heard it. We need a place. Diversity is important. It's really important. So thank you. And I hope you do what you can do, as little or as much as possible. All righty, guys. So please make sure you turn on your notification and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss an episode, like an awesome one like this one. We'll see you in the next one. Have an awesome week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening and sharing your precious time with us. If you enjoyed the show, then follow us and subscribe on iTunes, YouTube, or any app that carries podcasts. Have an awesome week. Best wishes to see you thrive.